Hey guys, what's going on? It's Dan the Lawnmower Man. Got the Toro PowerMax Snowblower out, and pretty soon we're gonna have to get using it. It's December, hasn't really snowed yet, but usually it snows a little bit later in the year here. And today we're gonna be changing the oil. Hasn't been changed in a long time, so definitely do. So what you do to change the oil is you let it run for about 5 minutes to warm up. Then the oil is going to be warm. And instead of coming out like syrup, it's going to come out like a watery syrup. And it'll make it so the oil comes out faster is what it's going to do. And after you get it started up and warmed up, you shut it off. And you come to the drain plug back here. And what that does is, this is where the oil can drain out. You unscrew this cap, got the wrench here for that. You unscrew the cap, put your oil pan under it or whatever you've got, and you drain the oil, and yeah. And then come over here and you fill the oil again. You fill it, usually put a little less than a quart in there for snowblowers, but you can just go until the dipstick says, you know, it's in between full and low. So yeah, now we're gonna start her up, and yeah, hasn't been started since last video, so we'll see what happens. Alright guys, we've had her running for about 5 minutes now, so we're gonna go ahead and shut her off. Alright, so now that you got her shut off, you're gonna come take your oil pan, or I'm not sure what I'm using right now, found it in the garage. That is the generator's oil. It's black as can be, so that's better than being creamy. So when we pop this drain plug loose, we're gonna be looking for a brownish to black liquid, which is good because it's old oil, and you don't want like a creamy, watery looking oil, because that means you either got water in the oil, which is really bad, or you got a gas leak. That's gas is leaking into the oil, which could mean you got a head gasket that blown, or your breather tube is, something's clogged in there or something. There's a lot of reasons why your oil can be creamy, but you don't want it to be. You want it to be brown or black, preferably a darker brown, but this hasn't been changed in a long time, so yeah. All right, so take your wrench. It's actually pretty loose already, and when you get it loose enough, you want to do it by hand, because if you drop the drain plug into the oil, you're not gonna find it again, or it'll be hard. So I don't know how fast this is gonna come out. It could come shooting out, or it could just drip out. So we'll have to adjust on what we see. So here we go. You can already see some oil coming out. All right, so it's just dripping. It's not bad. So what you can do is you can tilt it back, and that way all the oil that's sitting up in the crankcase starts leaning backwards. So we'll give that a quick try here and see if it actually works. Yeah, noticeable difference. That's pretty good. So yeah, I'll see you guys when all the oil is drained. Alright, so once you get all your oil drained, I mean, it's gonna keep dripping, but it's not bad. You put your cap back on. Until she's tight. Go ahead, give her a little wipe. Grab your wrench and tighten her down. Not too tight, but just a good snug amount. You don't want any oil leaking out of there. at all. There we go, it's nice and snug. Okay, so what you're gonna do is grab your oil. We got Pennzoil, SAE 5W30. That's what Toro recommends you use in Briggs & Stratton engines, which is what we have here. And place your dipstick down wherever. Open up your oil. I mean, 2 hands for this. Okay, so once you get your oil opened up, you're gonna slowly pour in. Actually, you know what? Let's grab the funnel. Make it a little bit easier. Put your funnel end in. Well, the funnel doesn't fit, so we're gonna have to do it the normal way. Just pour it in. Probably around, oops, oh, too much there. Probably around half to 3/4 of a quart. That's probably around half. So let's clean up that oil that I spilled on there. Clean up around there. Clean your dipstick off. Then you're gonna put your dipstick back in. Tighten it down. Okay, she's tight. Pull it back out and read. You know, it says it's above full, which is not good, but I know there's no way it's full already. It has to be just the oil is on the side of the dipstick here, because when it goes down it sticks to the side. So I mean, you're supposed to let it sit overnight and let all that oil go down, and then you can check it again. But it's getting dark out already. Don't have much time to make videos, you know, only like an hour, so I don't have enough time to do that. So I mean, yeah, it should be good now. But if you have too much oil, it's gonna come back up into your air filter, and that's really bad. You're gonna get gas in your oil. It's just not good. Companies generally recommend that you don't overfill the oil. People always do. It's a common mistake. It's not necessarily the end of the world if you overfill it just a little bit. See, there we go. That's much better. I'm not sure if you can see that full line, but the oil is just above full. And last time I checked it, it was way above full, which means that the oil is going back down in there. I can get this to tighten down. There we go. So yeah, and I mean, if you want to help work around the oil that's in there, just have it on stop so the engine doesn't start up, and just turn it over a little bit. That's really smooth. That's good. That's good oil. I mean, what you can do is, if you don't want to buy expensive oil, like this is, Pennzoil is probably $10 a quart, but the Walmart or Farm and Fleet brand or Menards brand oil is around $6 or $5 for a quart, and that'll work. But if you're going, you know, you don't care about your little lawnmower, you don't care about your snowblower, you just want something that works, that'll work just fine. But if you're someone like me, or someone that's going for longevity on their engines, not just to get it done, you're gonna want to spend the extra buck to make sure that your snowblower or whatever your engine is on is in the best condition possible. And Pennzoil is probably one of the better brands you can get. I know there's Mobil 1 engine oil, that's a good one, but I would recommend Pennzoil. We've used it on the lawnmower and it seems to work real well. And yeah, So actually, quick update. My brother got this 1990 GMC Suburban. It's a 6.2 liter diesel. As you can see right there for yourselves. 6.2 liter diesel. Got one dog out there. Hey Gracie. And this thing doesn't run. He actually got it for free somehow. He was talking to a guy and the guy just gave it to him. So it's got, he says it doesn't have much rust on it, but well, I can just broke a little bit off. It's got dual exhaust, but yeah, that's her. And hopefully we'll get that thing running soon and either sell it or probably use it. But if we get that thing running, I'll do a review on that. That'll be nice. I've seen videos online and it sounds really nice when it runs. Dual exhaust diesel, just not much beats it. So all right, we're gonna check the oil one more time. It's been about 5 minutes since we last checked it, and we'll see if it lowered the oil or if it stayed the same. If it stayed the same, we're good. Start it up, put it inside, we're good. But if it's still high, we'll give it another minute, and if it's still high after that, we're going to have to drain some of the oil out. All right, so not sure if you can see that, but I don't think you can. There's some very faint letters that say full and low, and it's very streaky, which means that when I'm pulling the dipstick out, it's catching the oil that's on the side. Because if it was under oil, it would cover the whole dipstick, not just a slim section. So it means we're gonna put a little bit more in there, let it sit, and then I'll have it running and show you guys. All right, guys, we got it running. She sounds just as good as she ever did, and hopefully we'll wipe the dust off next video. We'll get some of that cleared away, and hopefully by next video it snows, and I'll set you guys up and you guys can watch me do the driveway, which takes about like 20 minutes with this thing. It's a long driveway, but it works real well. So, all right, tune in next time. Make sure you subscribe, like, and comment if you got something nice to say. So, all right, I'll see you next time, guys.